Hi, I'm Robbe with Believe in the Run, and this is the Nike Terra Kiger 5. So let's start with the upper. It's a perforated mesh with synthetic overlays, and you have a welded toe right here in the front. So then you have the tongue, which is also made of a synthetic material. It's thin, but it has these two pods on the top here that kind of protect the top of your foot from tightening the laces too much. And then the tongue's also connected to an inner booty on the inside here. If you ran in the Terra Kiger 4, you're gonna like this lacing. It's pretty much the exact same thing. It'll make your foot real nice and secure. So with the midsole, we have the React foam, which gives it that really nice cushion. If you haven't experienced the React yet, it's really nice. You gotta experience it. And then in the heel, we have the Zoom Air unit, which provides that soft landing and cushion, especially on the downhills. By the way, if you hate rocks, you're gonna love it. It has a segmented rock plate in the front. Except maybe you won't love it because it doesn't provide that much protection. But we'll get into that later. So then you got the outsole with multi-directional sticky lugs. They're kind of sticky, but not the same level as like Vibram sticky. So on medium trails or terrain that's not too technical, they're not too bad. It's a 27mm stack height with a 4mm drop, so it stays pretty low to the ground. The weight on these is 8.75 ounces for a size 7.5. The site listed as 9.3 ounces for a size 9. So you can figure it out from there. I mean, you kind of can figure it out. It's like, you just move it up a little bit. The Terra Kiger 5 comes in at $130, which is a pretty normal price point for a high-performing shoe these days. And I consider this to be a high-performing shoe, so it should fit in your budget. All right, so let's talk about the 90s colorway. Now, a lot of people are kind of divided on this. Is it a Zach Morris, like Saved by the Bell cool? Or is it like Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper cool? Both are awesome. So I love this colorway. When I first saw it, I was so stoked to get it. I'm still stoked to have it. I love everything about the 90s because I grew up in the 90s. I'm actually wearing Janko jeans and Doc Martens. Below here, you just can't see it. Although I still don't know what a Wonderwall is. So this also comes in a red colorway and a black colorway, but if you get those, you're just basic, so probably shouldn't get those. The general feeling of these is that I pretty much love them. The upper really wraps around the foot just nicely and gives it that like super secure feeling. I love just ripping the trails on these. They're a really fast shoe. That's kind of what they're meant to be, is just a super fast shoe. Even though it has the React foam, it's not like an epic React foam. It's pretty thin, so it gives you that nice little pop when you're running on trails or hard surfaces. In fact, one of my first runs was in city sidewalks, and I felt like they performed like better than 50% of the road shoes I review. But these babies were made for the trail, so you definitely need to get them out there, get them dirty. Some people were whining that they're white, which they're actually gray. But if you're complaining about getting them dirty, then you probably shouldn't be wearing these. Stay off the trails. I took these on runs through Maryland and Pennsylvania trails, and Pennsylvania is basically just a ton of rocks thrown everywhere. And I felt that they performed really well. Like I had no problem going along the rocks. I thought they gripped well. Now, if they're on a wet surface, they're not gonna be as good as some other trail shoes, but I thought they performed fine. I took them in a dip in a creek, went running with them over roots, rocks, and so on. I didn't have any problems. Coming back to that rock plate real quick one more time. Like I said, it's not the greatest rock plate. In fact, when I was running on those Pennsylvania trails, I felt like it would get annoying after maybe more than 5 miles. If you're doing a 20-mile run or even further on those, then you definitely wanna maybe move on to something with more cushion. And the last thing is that if you have a wide foot or you just want more room in the toe box, you're probably gonna wanna look at another shoe. The ceiling on this is super low, so if you're looking for more room in the toe box, look for something else. But the shoes still look good, so if you're interested in more reviews, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe on YouTube. Gosh, I'm so sorry. Hey Megan, you wanna do a kickflip? No. Right, kickflip. Yeah, Lisa Frank, pencils, Trapper Keepers.
What do you mean?
Gosh. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. Stop. Thomas is being creepy as hell. Nothing new there. Okay. Is that too much? Yeah. Okay. And then throw it in her face. Okay. All right. I feel like my wife knows me by now that I'll just come home from stuff and I'll be like, yeah, I'm injured. I don't know how it happened. Was it a little bit better than the first one, Rachel? Please, just tell me it was.
Yep.
I think you're lying.